Hey, and welcome to Loquiz Academy. So sometimes you have a need just to make a tour. Not gamification or not even gamified tour, but just a tour for your tourist purposes. And in this video, I'm gonna explain how you can do that in Loquiz using the templates, and I will also touch on the ticketing. So to dig in, let's go to the templates. And then let's go and search up for the Gem Paris tour in free templates. So this is one of those templates created by Loquiz stuff. It's for sample purposes, but it actually has a real locations in Paris. So let's click on it and we create a game using that. Now the tour is meant to be so that the tourist or the person traveling can see all kind of locations, can filter out their interests. For example, if they have an interest in history or if they have interest in churches, and then they can visit those locations as many times as they want to. They will, some of them will pop up when you arrive to the location. Some of them you can actually manually open. So the first step when creating a game based on a template is always the tasks. And as with any ready-to-play templates, this template also has already tasks in it. They are in English, so you can change them, but most probably you want to create your own because, let's face it, you're not going to run the tour exactly like it is here. But some pointers maybe. The first three tasks we have here are kind of introductory tasks. So if you're new to the application, it will help you to use it. So it's one of those cool ways that you can build some introductions as tasks into your tour or game. Now the next tasks, these are quite content heavy tasks, and they are then about the different locations. For example, Eiffel Tower here. So it has information about it, it has a photo about it. It also has a link to Wikipedia where you can see more information about that. And also the task type is not just information, it's actually a photo. So if you are there, you can shoot a photo with you and the Eiffel Tower and maybe some frame around that photo. So it's kind of, you know, interesting way of showing different locations. Very important about the tasks is that you tag them, because the tags are used to filter the tasks. So if you have a tag that says church, and there are churches, then actually the people who then go to the tour can filter out the churches, and then they can either, you know, see the churches or hide the churches as they wish. Also, when generally creating tours, it's very important to work on the content, because sometimes you might want to do a tour that is kind of audio guided as well. And for that, you can then add background audio or even audio that the tourist can control, so start and stop. You can add video links, of course. So it becomes more immersive experience when walking around in the city. Okay, so that is one of those learnings that you can actually work with the content and create the content in different categories. Now, the Gem Paris tour is gamified tour in the sense that there are actually some tasks in the tour as well. So it asks you some questions that you can figure out on spot. So it kind of makes it more like an adventure or tour where you can find out things than just a tour where you go to the places and read about the places. So it's up to you if you want to build it that way or not, but this is just as a sample. Now the next step with a Gem Paris, and this is pretty much about that. So you can actually just create a tour and you're done with that. But now the next step, what the tool set allows you to do, as I said, it works on tags. And there you can add tags to the tasks. So if something is a church, it's a church. Maybe there is a gas station category or task, then people can filter those out. But you can also make event-specific tags or these tour-specific tags. Let's say you want to make a 3-day tour and you have a different agenda for the first day, second day, and third day. Then you can use those tour-specific tags to tag everything, also alternatively first day, second day, third day. Or as in this case, you have a event-specific tags that says it's a common place, so you can go there. The way the tags work is very important to understand, because some of the tags are coming from the content itself. It's kind of a, let's say, static tag. And then some of the tags are coming from the specific event or specific tour. And then let's say they're more like dynamic tags. Okay. And also the filtering or the showing of the stuff happens either in the list or on the map. So on the map you can probably easily guess it. It's like, the places where you want to go. So they are visible on the map. But if you have a longer tour, then you might also want to have kind of itinerary, in the sense that everything is not just on the map, but some of those things are actually visible on the list as well. So you can then build the game so that you can decide where something is visible. And just as it put it into perspective, then for the Gem Paris tour, the first 3 tasks that are more or less about learning to use the interface, they will appear on the list. So you can just click them open. And the real action places or the locations, they will appear on the map and not on the list. So you could use it, as said, showing the main points you are going to do each day, or showing maybe the main milestones within the tour. And that gives you a very easy way to modify where something is shown. And the tags give you an easy way to modify, easy way for the tourist to filter then where are they going to. And the next step then, as some stuff is gonna be on the map, you need to give the location to the places on the map. So basically every single item needs a location, and if you want something doesn't trigger on the map at all, you can give it a location radius of 0. So that makes it quite easy and quite transparent to manage, like, okay, what's on the map, what can you activate by going there, and what you cannot activate by going to the places. And then as usual, of course, you can then save the game. And there are some additional configuration things that are set by default for the tour. So let's look at them at the moment. So first of all, of course, we are dealing with individual tourists here, so that is quite important. The second of all is that we are not tracking the people. So if you want to track the people, you need to choose track player locations, but generally probably not a good idea to track people on the map. Then what is also set by default in a tour, and it's not set by default on the rest of the games, is that we allow open tasks on a map by clicking on that. So you don't always need to go there. You can also click them open. And one more important thing that is set by default, and you can set it in other games as well, but this is this allowing filtering by tasks, by tags. So that is the one that allows you, the player or the tourist, actually to filter out the tags that they want to, the locations they are more interested in. And that is pretty much it. You can save it and you can run it. So if we save it, we get a username and password for that. We get the QR code with what we can start it, and you can distribute that. But now dealing with the tours, it might be, it's reasonable to expect that maybe you don't want just the QR code that works for everybody. It might be that you want to actually sell individual tickets. So for that, we actually have a ticket interface. So once you have created your tour in Paris, you can go to the ticketing, you can create a bunch of tickets for this tour, you can export them from Loquiz, and then you can actually sell them. And the tickets work so that every ticket can start one game once. So if the ticket is used, then it's crossed over. So it's kind of easy way to actually monetize these tours if you want to approach the tourism info centers or anything like that. Okay, but back to the beginning. We now clicked on the Gem Paris tour and we kind of saw that there is already tour available. There is also a special tool called Tour. So if you have a package that is connected with tourism, then you probably have this tour available. And the tour is a special tool that allows you quickly build a tour. So we'll open the special tool, we create the tour, and now what it allows you to do as a first step is to add your own tasks. So basically this is starting to build your tour from the scratch. And in Loquiz, it's also very important to understand that those locations or the objects or the tasks kind of live outside the games. So let's say you plan to build a game for, or the tour for Berlin, then you might collect those cool locations and create those tasks with the locations already before you even created the tour. And then you just turn them into the tour by just adding them to the tour, then manipulating the tags, and then setting some configurations. So the tour, special tool, is the easy way to create your tour. Okay, you can achieve the same thing also by starting from the scratch with a new game, but that means that you still need to use the rules with the Blockly interface. And if you are not into that, and if you just want a simple tour that does few things really quickly, then this might be your best bet. The only thing to remember is that you probably need to work your content with your content a little bit more than with any other games, because in games very often the mechanics is kind of more important, but in tour, of course, the interesting objects and comprehensiveness of this information is way more important. Okay, thanks.